More than 70 years ago, after the Briggs v. Elliot case challenged school segregation in Clarendon County, but it's not as well known as the Brown decision a few years later, where the Supreme Court ruled segregation violated the Constitution. So activists in our state are working to make this part of our civil rights history, make sure that it isn't forgotten. News 19's Nijah Hood has more.
I spoke to Nathaniel Briggs, the heir to Harry Briggs, in this historic case. He says their goal is not to change history, but to correct it.
No other legal case ever come before the courts that affect this country the way this case did.
Nathaniel Briggs is the son of the late Harry Briggs. You may recognize the name from the 1950 Briggs v. Elliot court case. It was filed by parents of black students in school in Clarendon County, challenging segregation in state public schools. Ultimately, it was merged with the more famous 1954 Brown v. Board of Education case of Topeka, Kansas. That's where the U.S. Supreme Court threw out the old separate but equal rule in America, which led to the desegregation of America's schools.
My parents, Elliot and Harry Briggs, were the two top names on that petition. That's why I stand for them. They're no longer here.
Although the Briggs case happened first, he says it's much lesser known to the public.
You ask 90% of the educated in this country, it's about Brown. Just can't be not about Brown if the biggest struggle came from in the South and South Carolina.
He plans to change that. In August, Briggs, along with civil rights activists Cecil Williams, James Felder, and others, plan to take to the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court. They want to ask the court to reorder the cases that helped desegregate schools across the country. If they're successful, it would actually change the name of the Brown decision to Briggs. They want this reorder to properly acknowledge the Briggs v. Elliot case came before Brown v. Board.
Brown is just what it is. I'm not trying to overturn or want to overturn the law. I just want for South Carolina, I think, what is deserved.
In Orangeburg, Nijah Hood, News 19, WLTX.
And the first case in Brown versus the Board of Education started in South Carolina. Briggs v. Elliot was first of 5 lawsuits that would incorporate into Brown versus the Board of Education. The case is named after Harry Briggs, one of the 20 parents who sued to equalize all aspects of education for black children. The suit stemmed from a petition for Clarendon County to provide buses for black students. And over 500 Rosenwald schools were built in the Palmetto State between 1917 and 1932. The schools provided education for black children in the rural South. Only 40 are still standing in our state.